Thank you for joining us, Fawn and Jim Waller. I know you're fresh off of a trip to Mexico that you were anticipating, and thanks for joining us and sharing your experience. I really just wanted the opportunity for you to say whatever you want to say. I wanted to hear about your vacation and how you enjoyed it and what you enjoyed about it. I also think it's important, like I had told you, when it gets close to your departure time, it's going to get kind of stressful. Like there's going to be hoops to jump through. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be a little more stressful. I don't know if you remember me telling you that, but it's just a couple extra things you got to do, and you can do this, and then you're going to get there, and everyone's always glad they didn't cancel, right? And so hopefully that was your experience. And regardless, I want you to be honest. Like you don't have to rub my back or anything like that. Like, trust me, I'll edit out if you're mean to me now. Tell me a little bit about like what prompted you to take this vacation, to plan this vacation.
Well, it was kind of a odd thing because you had COVID this year, so our European vacation cruise got canceled. So we had money left over from the cruise, and we have been going to Mexico the last 5 or 6 years with my company, and they weren't doing it this year. So we decided, since we have money left over, let's just go ahead and go to Mexico again because we always enjoy our time down there.
It's nice just to break up the winter a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to have a tan in the middle of winter.
It feels good coming back with a little tan.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to happen a lot. Like people are going to have this money saved up because they couldn't travel. And so now I feel like trips are probably going to be like bigger and better and longer than they were, usually. So I'm really glad you called. What prompted you to call me to plan your vacation?
Well, to be honest with you, I was secretively looking online before I talked to Fawn about the possibility of doing this. And so I was doing some of this on my own, but it was getting more complicated. And I thought, you know what? I've never used a travel agent before. I've always planned things myself, but this is something we thought that you would be able to do a better job. And I would have to say that you did an amazing job getting it put together, everything arranged, all that stuff, because when they changed the COVID rules coming back home, I would have been in a tizzy if I'd tried it myself. So having you do it made a lot of sense.
We probably would have canceled because we wouldn't have known what to do. Whereas you were on top of it, you already knew and gave us the guidelines as to. That was a little more comforting for me, and I wasn't stressed on the trip because I knew it was taken care of. So.
Yeah, and just you know the place. You've been there before. You told us about it, so and it worked out perfectly. So if we ever do that kind of a travel someplace else, I would hire you again.
Good. Thank you. I'm happy to help. Yeah, I'm glad it went so well. And I'm glad you took my advice, honestly, because you ended up staying in one of my very favorite rooms in all of Mexico. How was your room experience?
It was great.
Yay.
It was nice.
It was great.
Just walking outside your back door and basically the pool and bars right there was always very nice.
Do you feel like it was like too loud? Like, was it far enough away that you didn't feel like it interrupted your privacy or?
Not at all. I mean, you had a few steps to get back there, but it was just close enough where within 2 minutes or less, you're from your room in your lounge chair, and maybe another minute to get to the bar. So you can't beat those kind of odds,
Yeah, no, I think it's a very unique experience that you can, like, if you need to go to the restroom, you just go to your own room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
From the swim up bar, you just swim a little ways, and obviously it's not too deep, but swim out and, yeah, exactly. I love it. I know one time I had what I called a dinner party there on my patio, and I just basically called room service, which I think their food, especially their room service menu and the burgers and fries that are just usually, let's face it, not very good in the Caribbean and Mexico. They were, at all inclusive places anyway, they were so amazing. So I just took everybody's order on my patio there in my swim out, and I just called room service, and within 30 minutes, like everybody had their lunch. I'm like, this is the best dinner party I've ever had. And then they just swim back to their own casita.
There we go.
Yeah, it was fun.
The resort itself was very, it was easy to navigate. So, we weren't far from anything. Restaurants were great. They were easy to get into.
Yeah. Well, it was not full capacity, so that was our benefit too, but we would use the gym a couple times. We did long walks. So there was like 2 miles between going down to Generations, which is the other one, and going all the way to the other side of the El Dorado. It was 2 miles. So we got some good walking in. Meanwhile, before we could sit in our chairs. So it was good to get exercise and walk around, but really easy to get anywhere. It was nice.
And
Wonderful.
the
Did
staff was amazing.
Yeah.
Like they were so accommodating and nice. And our bartender is now our new best friend.
Yeah.
Woo, good.
He was all about service and very
Right.
friendly. And by the end of the week that you get them, well, he was with us probably 4 out of the 6 days we were actually there. And he was wonderful. The guys in between were good too, but Caesar just had that next thing, like, this is my place. I'm going to take care of y'all. So it was worked out really well.
Well, here's a good example of Caesar service. So there was a couple that was there in September and they came back for their 50th wedding anniversary week. And he carved a watermelon, happy 50th anniversary, Lori and Ira, and then made a watermelon drink, put a spigot in the watermelon, and that was the pull drink for the day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him carving it in the morning. I was like, Caesar, what are you doing? He says, you'll see. And I'm like, okay. So that was pretty cool. We put on the bar and people could get in there and just tap on and get a watermelon vodka drink.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It was good.
It was refreshing.
I bet. In the hot sun, I would take the hot sun and a watermelon drink right now.
Oh.
Sure.
Wouldn't we all?
Yes. I go back in a heartbeat. Leave my snow shovel behind.
So did you meet some people then when you were there that
Yeah,
were?
we met several people actually.
Oh, lots of them. Yeah. Canada, South Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan, California, Florida. And there was a couple others in there too. But the nice thing about our little casita setup is a lot of the rooms were people in them, so they would come out. So that was fun. But meeting people from all over the place and just hearing their stories and getting to kind of know them for that week.
I love that too. I think that's half the enjoyment. And you guys are so personable. I'm sure that helped because you were able to meet other people and strike up conversations. And
No
talk
one
about-
was shy at the pool.
Yeah, no one was shy. Once about 12:30, 1 o'clock rolled around, we were all buddies. We were all buddies.
the group was meant to be together.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's inhibitions were gone and it was just conversation after conversation. So it was good.
That's awesome.
We had a pool pet. His name was Fred. He was a very large iguana. And
Oh,
he just laid on the deck or would walk the bridges as we were all in the pool. We would keep an eye on him. And then there were smaller ones all around as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then on the beach, there was a hut where they were doing massages and there was always a pelican on the top of it.
And he would stay there for hours. He'd
Yeah.
stand on top of this hut for hours, not just go there and rest. He would stay there and just stand there for like from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like it's his job. It was his job to stand on that.
like a security guard. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it was.
Literally holding the fort.
Yeah, he's holding the fort down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any closures, like restaurant closures, spa, anything like that?
But you could make reservations for the spa. You had to make reservations for the gym. So they'd only allow so many people in.
There was
Restaurants, there were a few that were closed, but they compensated, like the main Italian restaurant at the lobby area was closed, but the other one over by our casita was open. There
Yeah.
weren't really that much.
no, that one, and there might have been one other one that they had closed up by the main building, but everything else was opened up. And some of them were open air. They were for lunches.
Mhm.
Some were breakfast places, breakfast and lunch. Some were dinner places. So we ate at every place that was open. We ate at all of them. So, and a
You
couple
felt
of them
like you had
twice.
a good variety.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then one night,
Taco fiesta night.
fiesta night,
Which
and so
was-
there were vendors set up, and then there was food and a band, and
And
was
that was the only time there was ever a smorgasbord that we knew of. So we went there that Tuesday night. Taco Tuesday is what they call it. And so there's, you gotta wear your mask and everything, but once you sat down, you had drinks, you got to go get your food in a buffet kind of set up. And it was really kind of neat, and there were quite a few people there.
Favorite thing, the Fuentes, it was like a wine tasting and food show. And I don't know how our concierge did it, but we were front and center. Like our table was there and the chef was here.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of fun. And we paired it with the wine. So it was extra to do the wine tasting with it, but why not? So
Yeah. And
that
the
was
food
awesome.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that night was pretty cool. It's like
Yeah.
dinner in the theater where the chef shows up what he makes, and then the waiters dance and bring it out to you. So, but we literally had the best seat in the house.
Good. Well, you were doing something right. You got that seat.
Yeah.
Did you notice a lot of like safety cleaning? You said that that night, then you had to wear your mask while you were going through like the buffet. That was the only buffet open at the
Yeah,
resort.
right.
That Tuesday, yeah.
So usually breakfast is a buffet, but they weren't doing that. So it was, you ordered off the menu and they brought it to you. But definitely. So when you went into any restaurant, you had to have your mask on, and then they would make you use hand sanitizer. So they would pump in your hand, and then you would go to your table and you could take your mask off. But the staff always wore their masks.
And the tables are spread out like we see in here. So you weren't sitting right next to somebody. So we never have any fears of that kind of thing, but it just was, just nice that they're doing what they can to keep people separated somewhat. But when you get that much vitamin D and that much adult beverages, I'm not sure if anything lives personally.
That's always comforting.
When you're on the lounge chair in a pool for 7 hours out of the day, you're not getting a whole lot of contact with other people.
So you felt pretty safe while you were on the property?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. We're ones to travel inclusive like that and not go anywhere. So we don't do excursions. Our deal is to go and relax and just enjoy what the resort has to offer. So it was nice and it was beautiful and great service, good food, good drinks. So that's what we were there for. Guacamole was amazing. I could just eat it with a spoon. Oh yeah, it was very good.
I don't know if that bar you're talking about was open.
It has swings and stuff, the guacamayas.
Oh, wait.
You have like entertainment.
We didn't go to that one, but we stopped there one night. That's the only time we went there because it was on the other side of the resort from us.
Yeah, it really was.
And plus, swing bars are dangerous. Jennifer, swing bars are dangerous.
Oh, really? Is this from experience?
Well, let's just say if you're swinging and the alcohol's inside of you, it just kind of swishes it up a little bit. So I've seen a lot of people get very intoxicated when they're
How about
we're on our routine when we're on vacation. So we kind of set our schedule not our schedule, but the first day we get there, we always do a lay of the land, kind of get acclimated to our surroundings. And then it seems like we kind of do the same things on the same schedule. We
don't stay out late like some people, but they had late night stuff going on, shows and things. But I mean, it's like I get to sleep in and go, oh, I slept into 7:05 or something, but maybe lay in bed a little bit longer. Usually it's time to get up and go start working out, get our stuff done, and then we can get to the pool.
Yeah, well, you only have so many hours on vacation, and I feel like it goes twice as fast. So
that it does. Yeah,
that's the way to do it. Did you ever stop at the little health bar when you were on your walks where they have all the smoothies and all the different coffees?
Yep, we had lunch there one day. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, they're food pushers too. Because I went there and I thought I'd just get like a panini, but he asked, "Do you want a shrimp salad?" And I'm thinking, little shrimp salad, right? No, it was a shrimp salad with lots of little shrimps in it, and then I had my panini. I was so full.
Stuffed. You had to
I
work
was
out 2
stuffed.
times that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that was fun. But it was very nice. He said, they just suggested it. So it was kind of funny I already got the sandwich. He's like, you need to get this. He also offered a smoothie too, and I got a smoothie too, which was pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, they have a tremendous smoothie menu there.
Yeah.
They do.
And we don't do smoothies, so I don't even know what I had, but it was pretty tasty. Oh, I had a peanut butter smoothie. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I did is I took a picture of the menu. And so sometimes I'll try to replicate some of the smoothies there because they're so good and they're so simple, like really as far as, 3 or 4, maybe 5 ingredients. Otherwise, if I do it on my own, I'm always like, I feel like putting too much stuff into it because it's never comes out perfectly.
Well, and their stuff is so fresh that they're getting that kind of coconuts, bananas, all that kind of stuff. It's so fresh. So.
Yeah. Did they show you their garden, that they have their own greenhouse?
They talked about it, but we didn't go.
I don't think they're doing tours of it this time because I think Monica tried to go.
Oh, okay.
one of the people we were with, she wanted to go on that tour, but they were not doing the tours because of COVID at this point in time, because that's their food source.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to go do that side of the deal at all.
Yeah.
That'd been fun though.
It's kind of neat to see where your food's coming from.
There was a lot of construction going on, doing repairs from the hurricane. So like
They're just getting prepared up for when they get back to normal, get things
Yeah.
work on stuff. They're repairing stairs, the casitas and all kinds of stuff. So I think they're just trying to get things ready now because they don't want to wait till when other people actually show up and they have a 50 or 60 or 70% capacity.
Yeah.
something else
it's
I was
time-
impressed with is, we've traveled since COVID, and every place we go, there's no housekeeping. If you need something, you just let us know, we'll bring it to you. But every day our room was cleaned, and all we had to do was ask for our refrigerator to be restocked if that's what we needed. So
And the concierge were right behind our casitas setup, and they were fantastic. They were good resources. Just if you asked for something, it was done. You'd have to ask twice.
well,
So-
they came to the pool every day too. To make sure, the concierge did. Do you need anything? Can we set your dinner reservations for tomorrow or tonight? So that was really nice too. So we didn't have to search anybody out.
No, they came and found us.
So did you feel like you were prepared for your trip?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pack too much stuff because I will say this, when you go onto all the websites for the resorts, they always say no shorts for men at night. Well, I only wore one night, I wore long pants. After that, I figured out that is not required. So that would have been nice not to have to pack long pants that I didn't wear.
Well,
And I feel like that is becoming less and less prominent in the resorts that have always required that. And I get why they do. They want it to be like a really nice, fancy
Right.
dinner out for you. And then there's also different cultures with different hygiene, and things like that. So just making it comfortable for everyone there. But I'm finding that too, less and less. And the truth is, even when you do have to wear, typically anyway, your dress pants, a lot of the gentlemen will, wear them to dinner and then go back to the room, switch into their shorts and then go out. And so, Jim, I know you always look handsome and dress up, so you probably wear them out and go dancing and everything. And
So when I found out I didn't have to wear long pants, I had packed a bunch of shorts just in case. So
I think that just because of the times that we're in and the fact that they were at lower capacity, they weren't being as strict with the rules as they would be probably full season. So
do you think you'll go on another all-inclusive vacation anytime soon?
well, I'm hoping next year we do our elite retreat, which will be our all-inclusive vacation. I love being in Mexico in end of January because it breaks up the winter.
Well, I have all the confidence in you that you will be on that retreat next year with your company once again, like you are every year. And I know you love to cruise. So my wish for you is that the sailings begin again. I know you're
Yes.
chomping at the bit to get on a boat. And so I definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think that there's been a silver lining in all of this. And I know you've seen the silver lining and just traveling and getting that trip in. I know it meant a lot to you. And I know you were, felt good and rejuvenated when you got back. So congratulations on that. And I appreciate your business. We all do at Island Travel Group. So thank you so much for trusting this very special vacation to us. And we would love to help you plan another trip in the future and make it easy for you, as you said, and just help ease your mind so you don't have to cancel.
Nope, it was very nice handing it off to you and letting you do it. I provided you with a couple wrong informations. Thanks for getting those corrected very quickly. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah,
Worked out
no.
good. It's nice to have good connections. And yeah, it actually went really smooth and it was easy for me too. So
well, I don't think we would have done this without you. So I appreciate
No,
that.
appreciate it. Yeah, I tried to put it together myself would not have been a good idea to go to another country and try and do all that. I appreciate it, but that kind of vacation, I think when you're traveling to some place that you've never done before, it's better to have an expert do it. And I think you got us a better deal.
I'm glad you thought of me and trusted me to guide you through. And thanks again for joining us here today. It means a lot for you to share your story so we can all travel with a little less turbulence.